Good afternoon. Today we will be transported to the era of the Wild West, a time when cowboys became a symbol of freedom, risk, and adventure. Their history began in the middle of the 19th century, but the real heyday occurred in the 1860s and 1890s, when the United States was experiencing rapid expansion to the west. The origins cowboys did not appear from scratch. Their traditions go back to the Mexican vaqueros, shepherds who ran cattle on the ranch. After the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, the demand for beef increased dramatically, and thousands of feral bulls roamed South Texas. Enterprising farmers began trapping them and transporting them to the north, where railways were being built. This is how the famous long stretches were born. For example, along the Chisholm Trail, where herds traveled hundreds of miles under the scorching sun. The life of a cowboy, labor and danger. The job of a cowboy was hard and dangerous. They spent 15 hours a day in the saddle, facing drought, floods, wolves, and cattle rustlers. But the main enemy were stampedes, when a frightened herd rushed in a random direction, sweeping away everything in its path. Cowboys were rarely solitary rebels like in the movies. They worked in teams of 10 to 15 people, including the cook and the crazy leader. Interestingly, about 25% of cowboys were African Americans, many of them former slaves. There were also Mexicans and Indians among them, whose riding skills were especially highly valued. The golden age and the decline of the era. The peak of the cowboy era was in the 1870s. For one stage, they received about 100, approximately 2,500 today is a lot of money at that time. But by the 1880s, everything had changed. Railroads have reached Texas, reducing the need for haulage. Barbed wire fences divided the open prairies. The harsh winters of 1886 to 1887 destroyed millions of cattle. The cowboy legacy. By the end of the 19th century, the romantic image of a cowboy was already living its own life. The Buffalo Bill show, novels like The Virginian, and later Hollywood westerns turned them into symbols of the spirit of the frontier. But the real cowboys didn't disappear. They adapted, becoming ranchers and rodeo participants. Today, cowboys remind us of a time when the West was wild and man measured his strength against nature. Their story is a mix of myth and reality, where hard work and brotherhood under the prairie stars have become part of the American legend. Thanks for your attention.